I wish I could have what you had, Ed. Dignity. So Ned, you're going to start a massive round of applause for Chelsea. It's going to spread around the room, and we're going to go absolutely crazy for Chelsea. On the count of three. 3, 2, 1. Go on!
Who's drinking? I am! It's Friday somewhere. I'm drinking beer, which is my favourite thing to drink, but it comes in pints, which I think is too much, because if somebody just had pint after pint of orange juice, you'd be like, James has got a fucking problem. Whereas beer, 7 please! It's going to be fun. I'm going to talk about sexual shame and mental illness. And the club, so there's something for the family. I love the club because I love the music they play in the club. You know the kind, it's the kind that is definitely offensive, like at women, but also so catchy. I used to like folk music, but that was before I got into sex. Nobody likes Mumford & Sons if they have an active sex life. That's all I'm saying. No. Sorry, do you like folk? Do you like folk? But I'm talking about music in the club, like any Pitbull song. Okay, for those of you who don't know Pitbull, I have to say I'm surprised because he calls himself Mr. Worldwide, so he's a liar! Well, when he's on in the club, because I've requested him, he says stuff like, she liked that freaky stuff, that nasty stuff, that 2 in the O, and 1 in the I. 1 in the I? I don't think she does like that Pitbull. And I googled him, and I don't think he's a particularly nice man, okay? Loads of troubling articles come up, stuff like Pitbull attacks toddler. Pitbull maws man's face off. Pitbull banned from breeding in the UK. Keep him away from those bitches. I love women in rap, but I do find they can be just as bad, because whenever there's competition between them, it's always made sexual or about looks, and I just don't think that's the best way to settle workplace disputes. Like, I don't know why that is so fine in the club when it's clearly not in that office. Like, if I were like, oh, Carol, you booked the study room, not the meeting room, and she was like, I fucked your man, you ugly slut. That seems like an overreaction. And I didn't know she knew him. But mostly I love women in rap because they are so empowered and so sexually empowered. Cardi B's like, pop that pussy in church, pop that pussy, why you what? And I'm like, I don't know what that means, Cardi, but I'll try. You know. But I think we need that, because that's great, because we have so much sexual shame in the UK, and I think a lot of it is a hangover from Victorian times, and the idea that British people are prim and proper, and myths like masturbating will make you go blind. Like, you're doing it wrong. What, was Pitbull involved, or? No, but really though, wanking is bad in some people's eyes. I tried to have a think about where the sexual shame comes from, and I know that for me, growing up in the 90s was a time when women were like hyper-sexualized, but it was also repressed. So like I knew Victoria had a secret, but I didn't know what it was. It was sex. Other countries are much more comfortable with sex and romance though, like in airports in France. Who's the French businessman? In airports in France, do you know what their departures lounge is called? No. It's called Kiss and Fly, which is so romantic. They're like, au revoir Jean-Claude, mon sexy petit filou. Whereas in the UK, much less comfortable, we have express get to know yourselves, find out what you like, find out what you dislike. Like I know, for example, I hate tingle condoms because I think some people know what makes it tingly. And it's that cold feeling. And I don't think anybody ever has been having sex and thought, this is nice, but I wish it was colder. The one time I had sex with a tingle condom and a person. I had to stop actually making it one of the most effective forms of contraception. But yeah, and wear what you like as well, people do make comments, people say, oh, don't get cold, but we do. Just like anyone else. Thank you. But I love getting dressed up for nights out because I love drinking. I'm so good at it. I get my recommended 14 units, My favourite thing to drink at the moment is red wine because it makes me feel so sophisticated. I'll have a red one, please, I'm fancy. Yes. But the problem is, I feel so sophisticated, but as it turns out, look like fully 28 days later. When you get really bad, like zombie red wine mouth. But if you ever get that from drinking too much red wine, just drink loads of white wine, life hack! This is the exact reason why I can't do drugs. Nobody sees me on a night out and is like, let's turn this up a notch. This should be more extreme. I have a friend who does a lot of drugs, and I'm trying to get her to stop, and I think I'm doing all the right things, but you know what they say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't get it out of a K-hole. It's just what they say. So my parents are worried about me. They are worried about me because a few years ago I had an acute mental crisis. Surprise! Surprise! No one is surprised. The clues were there all along. But yeah, I had some trouble, and I went to see the doctor about it, and they asked you loads of really weird questions. Like my favourite one was, have you had any intrusive thoughts? So I was like, well, what's the difference between that and my other thoughts? So she said, oh, images or ideas that come out of nowhere. Where are they supposed to come from? So I got a really high score. And I ended up being diagnosed with bipolar affective disorder, which isn't effective for very much. It's what used to be called manic depression. So you have periods of depression where you're like, my soul is rotting and it's not good work chat. From backlog to depression. So depression, and then also periods of mania or hypermania where you think, I am the life and soul of this party, but everyone else thinks, did she just karate chop my light stand? Yes, I did. So when they told me, they said, Chelsea, you've got bipolar disorder, I was like, typical Gemini. And they were like, I don't think you're taking this very seriously. But it's fine because laughter is the best medicine, so heal me. Some of you are less concerned with my well-being than I would like. But fortunately, medicine is another good medicine, so I take that too. I have antidepressants and uncle depressants. You have to throw a joke in or it's just sad. I also take mood stabilizers, which does prompt the question, which mood? But I do have to take them for the mania, because when you're manic, you get into really weird things. Like you might, like, for example, get really into Shania Twain in a big way. And email everybody at work about her multiple times. Subject line, urgent for immediate action. But that did not impress them much. I know, man, I feel like a bellend. But this is why, and I'll leave you on this, but this is why bipolar disorder is so underdiagnosed, and it's because if you're depressed, it's horrible, and you should go and talk to your doctor, and you can talk to them about it, whereas if you're manic, it's very hard to be like, doctor, I have something to tell you. I am an absolute legend! I have a real case of just top quality banter. And it needs to be seen to immediately. Thank you